Welcome to the weekly Bitcoin.com news show. My name is Corbin Fraser. Today is Friday, August 28, 2020, and I've got more Bitcoin news to share with you today, including $30 million in Bitcoin allegedly stolen from the world's largest darknet market. IRS sends fresh round of letters demanding compliance from cryptocurrency owners. Zambian president fires central bank governor, sparking widespread fear of currency collapse and hyperinflation. Korean police seize crypto exchange Coinbit over allegations of $84 million in fraudulent trades. And an upcoming Bitcoin Cash Hackathon, BCH Devcon 3, is about to go live. So let's start all the way from the top. We've got $30 million in Bitcoin allegedly stolen from the world's largest darknet market. Users across the world are fuming after an apparent exit scam perpetrated by the administrators of Empire. With 8 major sites having exit scammed in 2019, Empire had been considered the largest and most trusted darknet market in operation. An exit scam is when administrators of a marketplace shut down services without prior notice, pocketing funds held in escrow and customer accounts. The marketplace has been offline since August 22nd, and it remains to be seen whether any of the estimated $30 million missing from the platform will ever be returned. So for those of you who are unaware about darknet markets, they operate on a separate version of the internet, often called the Darknet. It's usually accessed from browsers such as Tor, where users often purchase illegal goods or maybe goods that make you feel good. Depends on what you what your poison is. Some of them sell drugs, some of them sell all sorts of stuff. And oftentimes cryptocurrency is used for those trades. And unfortunately, because they often require these escrow services where people hold the funds in trust before they're released once the users receive their package, oftentimes those funds disappear when sites get shut down or seized or confiscated by government officials. The most popular darknet market from history would probably be the Silk Road. For those of you who don't know, the Silk Road was one of the most popular darknet markets, and unfortunately, Ross is still in jail. A guy who created a website is serving double life sentences. Go check out freeross.org to find out a little bit more about the information and how you can maybe support a guy who created a website and somehow is getting more legal difficulties than murderers, rapists, and actual violent criminals. So strange stuff, but definitely be careful if you're going to be using darknet markets. IRS sends fresh round of letters demanding compliance from cryptocurrency owners. So the IRS is taking a more aggressive state on cryptocurrency users. Several tax providers revealed on Tuesday that their clients had received warning letters similar to those that were sent to some 10,000 cryptocurrency owners last year. The letter advises cryptocurrency owners that if they had not accurately reported cryptocurrency transactions, they should file amended returns or face civil and criminal proceedings. Now, I'm not a tax lawyer, and I haven't received one of these letters yet, although I've seen a lot of photos of them circulating both on Twitter and Reddit. Some users are claiming that this is more of a scare tactic to ensure that users are filing things accordingly and that they're primarily going after larger whales. I suspect if you have $10 to $20 or less than 1,000, that you're probably a small fish in a very big sea of potential people who have cryptocurrency. But again, that is just my personal guess. And I think that what they're doing here is just trying to ensure that people that are purchasing and trading cryptocurrency are, paying their supposed dues to the IRS. It seems like of all of the tax agencies around the world, the IRS is taking kind of the strongest stance on these things. But I do really feel that if you're going to be trading cryptocurrency, you should be using platforms that aren't going to reveal your private information. We know that if your exchange is primarily based in the US, they have a legal obligation to share that information with the IRS. If you are using exchanges outside of the US and that aren't typically targeting the US market, you're in a much better position than having to potentially get these letters. So we've seen reports from people that folks receiving these letters often were trading on larger platforms based in the US, such as Coinbase. So keep that in mind for those of you trading in the United States of America. Cost of freedom, I guess, is quite high, and the IRS wants their money. So be on the lookout. Next up, we've got Zambian president fires central bank governor, sparking widespread fear of currency collapse and hyperinflation. Zambian President Edgar Lungu fired the country's central bank governor last week, sparking fears that his government wants to end the institution's independence. Since the start of the year, the Zambian kwacha has depreciated by more than 25%. Zambia is expecting its economy to contract by 4.2% in 2020. Before his termination, the governor had repeatedly urged the government to cut the fiscal deficit amid ballooning debt and falling foreign exchange reserves. A potential collapse of the country's currency would add Zambia to a growing list of nations that have faced hyperinflation concerns as of late. This is kind of par for the course now for a lot of nations. We're seeing more and more of these nations continue to screw up with their government-issued currency, and these things are just kind of happening all over the world, depending on, if you're in a country that has this can happen anywhere. I think that's the sad reality. Is like, if you're in the West, you often think, we're immune to this kind of thing. We should be safe, but it doesn't matter if you're in South America or Africa or the West. There's a very good chance that governments are doing some funny stuff with your government-issued currency. So it's really just a matter of whether you can trust them long term. And I think that one of the big benefits of Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, for that matter, is that it provides an alternative to having to keep all of your money in a bank account where those funds could suddenly disappear. We've seen that in Greece, we've seen that in Venezuela, we've seen that with hyperinflation in all these different countries, including like Zimbabwe and Venezuela. It's becoming kind of just something we expect to see now, and we'll be reporting more on these month to month, so be sure to follow along. You can like and subscribe to our videos where we often talk about these things, or of course go check out news.bitcoin.com where we update our readers on everything about latest government regulations, latest countries failing, latest weird government tax agencies demanding more money. You name it, we kind of cover it, and I think it all kind of circles around this whole idea that Bitcoin is this alternative, and you don't need to rely solely on the nation that you were born into to preserve your wealth. Next up, we've got Korean police seize crypto exchange Coinbit over allegations of $84 million in fraudulent trades. Police in South Korea raided and seized the offices of Coinbit, the country's third largest crypto exchange, over allegations that it faked 99% of its trading volume. Police accused the exchange's owner Choi Mo and other managers of wash trading. A wash trade is a form of market manipulation in which an entity simultaneously sells and buys the same financial asset to create misleading, artificial activity in the marketplace. Police have alleged that the company has embezzled up to 100 billion won, or $84 million USD. I think the whole accusation of wash trading has been put on a lot of different crypto exchanges over the years. And I think it's interesting that we're now actually seeing some governments and police kind of step in to say, you can't do that. I think that's always been one of the harshest criticisms over these crypto exchanges, is the volume that these exchanges do are very easy to manipulate from a technical standpoint. And depending on where the exchange is registered, it becomes very much shades of gray in terms of what they're able to get away with. Obviously, if they're under tighter regulations, those exchanges often have a hard time doing things like wash trading. But if things aren't really being kept on a close eye, or if there's a lot of, if there's just a lot of unscrupulous people in this industry that will, go out of their way to try to get a leg up over their competition. And wash trading is one way that they can really try to put their finger on the scale, so to speak. So keep an eye out on more news like this. Obviously, this is another reminder that if you had your money on Coinbit, there's a good chance that you're in a little bit of trouble right now. And this is another reminder from Bitcoin.com to remind you, do not leave your money or your coin or your cryptocurrency on an exchange. Exchanges, you never know what's going to happen. They could get in trouble with their local law. They could get in trouble with hackers. There's a million things that can go wrong. And if all of your coin is tied into this one exchange, that really puts all your eggs in one basket, very much literally. So, next up, some exciting news on the Bitcoin Cash front. We've seen a lot of exciting updates from Bitcoin Cash lately, but I think this one is actually a very good, positive story, and one that I'm personally very excited to watch. So, upcoming Bitcoin Cash Hackathon BCH Devcon 3. From September 4th to 6th, developers will take part in the 3rd annual BCH Devcon, with a prize pool of BCH being available for winning teams who participate in the 72-hour hackathon. Similar to the voting process used in the past, BCH Devcon will leverage project votes from sponsors via the Simple Ledger protocol. Additionally, prizes will be airdropped via an SLP dividend calculation tool hosted probably here on Bitcoin.com. So the Bitcoin.com team is very much looking forward to the event and is currently finalizing our involvement, which will likely center around our Bitcoin.com wallet link API, which allows web applications to easily interact with non-custodial wallet users, such as those in the Bitcoin.com wallet, as well as Badger. And I guess just a heads up to all the developers considering participating, go visit devcon.cash. Just a reminder, in terms of Bitcoin.com's involvement, Bitcoin.com is going to prioritize any project that supports the Bitcoin.com link, and we will review projects for inclusion in the Bitcoin.com wallet. So this is a great opportunity if you're a new developer, or if you're a developer with a business idea and you want your Bitcoin business idea to be exposed to a bunch of new users. If you integrate your platform or your application that you create in the hackathon with the Bitcoin.com link, it's a very simple library to attach to a web application that allows you to do a few different methods, such as sending assets, such as getting an address, as well as paying invoices using the BIP70 protocol. So if your application can use any of those 3 methods, let's just say that you needed, maybe you have an application that's going to send coin back to a user. If you need it to request that user's wallet address, you can use this get address method, where it's a one-tap touch to basically inject the address into that input field. And the idea with the Bitcoin.com link library is that it makes the whole interaction between non-custodial wallets and third-party web applications easier. So you don't have to do that awkward copy and paste and open another app, and then you lose a lot of people this way. So we're just trying to make that whole process flow in a lot better. And like I said, if your idea is great, and if your idea is something that is useful to the users of Bitcoin.com and the wallet, then we will definitely be considering all of the projects that use the Bitcoin.com link library for inclusion in the Bitcoin.com discovery section, which you can check out inside of your wallet application. It's the middle tab, and we've got a ton of things listed there, including Bitcoin.com maps. We've got SideShift, we've got gift cards, we've got tips, we've got you name it. There's a whole bunch of stuff in there that you can go and use your Bitcoin or Bitcoin Cash. So yeah, go check that out. We're really excited to be sponsoring and helping that project out. I'm sure you can follow along at Bitcoin.com on Twitter, and it sounds like there's going to be some videos and prizes and demonstrations for the developers. So again, we encourage all developers to go check that out if you're interested in winning some BCH and participating in the development community, devcon.cash. We'd love to see you guys there. And we've got some comments to read from the previous video. We've got one from a fellow named Great Wolf. What has Roger been up to lately? Haven't seen him do any videos on Bitcoin.com for a long while. So Roger's actually hard at work. He's in the I guess Central America. Is that what they say? The Caribbean. That's where he is. He's in the Caribbean. You know, he's doing Roger things in the Caribbean. He's always onboarding new people onto Bitcoin Cash and cryptocurrency. I think lately as well, he's been. I think he's showed up in a few other videos. There's another video where he demoed the Bitcoin.com wallet, sending 50 transactions of, I think, $10. If we can find that video, I'll be sure that we link to that in the show notes below, so you can check that out. So Roger's, he's always at work. I mean, he's one of the hardest working guys in the space. And even though he's maybe not on the YouTube videos so much anymore, behind the scenes he's doing a ton. So yeah, I'm sure we'll be seeing more from him soon though. Next up, we've got Terry MC, who asked, Corbin, thank you for what you do and like your content, but you sound like you are talking in a barrel. Voice echoes. Terry, I got some good news for you. I got this thing called a lapel mic or a lav mic, and I'm hoping that this will be a big change to the quality of our videos. You know, we tried the upgrade to, I believe it was a Rode iPhone mic that was going through our the iPhone we've got set up here. We're kind of doing it very shoestring budget here in Vietnam. But the whole goal is to improve the quality of our videos. Roger has been very diehard as well on me getting a new microphone, so hopefully the new lav mic going in through a Zoom thing is gonna increase the quality. Michael and some of the guys working on the show hopefully are gonna be able to make me sound very much less echoey and more good, and hopefully a little easier to listen to if you're just tuning in the background with me talking through your ears. So that's it for today. If you have any other comments, please leave them below. Give us a like and a subscribe if you want to check out more things about Bitcoin or Bitcoin Cash, or learn about all the cool things going on in the space, or all the crazy news that often happens in the space, such as hacks and police seizes and government takedowns and all that other fun stuff that's involved in the whole wider crypto community. So go check us out, like, subscribe, hit the bell icon for notifications if you want to get notified on the next video. And of course, follow us on Twitter at Bitcoin.com. Thanks again for tuning in. We will see you next week. See ya.